Hi, lovely and darling viewers. It's Jen here at Check Her Joy. This time I am reviewing Bingo Love, which is written by T. Franklin with art by Jenn St-Onge and Joy San, which I probably mispronounced, and those names are in the description below. So this is a graphic novel following two women and their love story from the first time they meet in middle school in 1963 to when they reunite 50 years later, and how times have changed and what paths their lives took because of the pressures to be straight, and how same-sex couples are frowned upon, especially in the 1960s in the South. So our two main characters are Hazel Johnson and Mari McRae. So the story is told from Hazel's perspective, from the first time she meets Mari and how Mari catches her eye and like this instant attraction she has. And it's like love at first sight for her. And Mari like immediately takes to her, like she's the new kid in school and is like, you're gonna be my new best friend. And they spend all this time hanging out together. And Hazel's heart is like going like crazy because she's totally got a crush. And they are like best friends all the way through high school. And one day when they're in high school, they do admit their feelings for each other, and it turns out that Mari likes Hazel back. But they are caught kissing, and it does not end well as Mari gets sent away to live with other family members, and they are separated. So they spend the next 50 years of their lives apart and having their own families and getting married and having kids. And then we meet up with them later in the 2010s. I think it's 2015 or something, where they meet each other again and they reconnect, and they still love each other. Like Hazel is still in love with Mari all these years later. Like she never stopped thinking about her. But now they each have families that they aren't just thinking about themselves and what they want, but also how it's going to impact everybody else around them. Also, being so much older, being in your 60s or 70s or something, like, also, do you want to, like, upturn your entire life at that point? So, I love this look at kind of the history of their relationship and seeing it through all these different milestones in history and with LGBT rights. And their romance is so sweet and so lovely. And it definitely deals with real, actual, complicated issues, dealing with peer pressure and family expectations, and what do you actually want out of life. And like Hazel goes into this marriage with this man that she doesn't really love, but she ends up like becoming friends with him and liking him, and they have kids together. And so she does feel this affection for him, even if she's not like in love with him the way that she's in love with Mari. And so it's complicated and fascinating. I really love the art style in here. It's nice and colorful. Loving the way we can depict things, like the first time Hazel sees Mari, and it's just like this, all you see is Mari, and everything else is just like faded into like it doesn't matter. I really, really love the story, and I definitely, there are extras that aren't in the regular graphic novel that are like online and are in like the special edition one that I definitely want to go read, like telling Hazel's husband's story, and telling more of Mari and Hazel's like stuff that we didn't see too well, and seeing more of Mari and Hazel's relationship. So, and there's apparently going to be a second one, so that's also exciting because it's so amazing. I love how it can like totally be like this is actual real life and it feels realistic, but also be such a great love story too. Plus, I love the fact that it is a story about two African American women who grew up in the 1960s, and it's not about race either. Like they just are. I'm sure that there's some race in here at some point, but like for the most part, the struggle they're overcoming is their sexual identity and who they are in love with, rather than it being about racism. So I highly recommend Bingo Love. You guys should totally check it out. Let me know in the comments below if you have read this or if you have recommendations for similar reads. Peace out. I love you guys and keep reading. Bye.